Hey everybody, this is Amy from Amy's Blogs. I wanted to talk to you on a subject that I'm going through right now. It's called emotional abuse. It's a subject that a lot of people don't want to talk about because it's done behind closed doors. And a lot of people, men and women that go through it, don't really do anything about it. They just put up with it. Or if they do, they break up and leave each other and everything's good. I was married to one. Now, when we first met, it wasn't like that. It was all happy things, he would treat me so good and I think he got me where he wanted me, maybe. I don't know. That's what I feel. We got married. Now I've known this guy for 10 years on and off. He was like a best friend of mine and we always had fun together. But after we got married, I'd say a year after we got married, things started changing. His anger came out, and because he has an anger issue, big time. And he has a lot of emotional baggage on him inside, and he won't get counseling. As much as I asked him to get counseling, maybe to talk about things, it might help him. He won't do it. But anyway, I was living with it. He would drink. I would dread the weekends because I knew what would happen. He would get pissed over little things. He would yell at my pets if they did something and he didn't like it. He would yell at them. He threatened one pet with a stick, and I told him, "Don't you even think about it, bud." Anyway, he would belittle my boys, talk bad about my friend. He would get upset if I was in another room and he was up before work. He expected me to be in the same room as he was, even though he didn't talk to me. And he would always be on his phone games. And if I would talk to him about maybe something, he wouldn't really listen to me. He would just sit there, or he'd say short words like, huh, just stuff like that, like he's not interested. Anyway, I put up with a bunch of, the next day after he would emotionally yell at me and say mean things to me, the next day he'd get up and be like, "Oh, good morning," and want a good morning kiss and tell me he loves me. And I'm like, really? That's not love. That is not love. I grew to be angry with him. I hated him for everything he put me through, like emotional stuff. I mean, how dare you talk about my family that way? Um, you know, it puts a toll on you, pretty much. But we talked about it, and every time he drank, it was funny. He would always tell me he was going to leave. He'd always threaten to leave. I'm going to get my own apartment back. Blah, blah, blah. I'm leaving. Okay, fine. If that's what you want to do, go ahead. But then, like I said, the next day he'd be apologetic and stuff like that. But anyway, we discussed this. I told him I wasn't happy. And he said, well, that's fine. We'll just break up. And I'm like, okay, but I think we need to be adults and talk about this and decide what we're going to do. And, of course, he couldn't process that. I don't think he knew he didn't think he did anything wrong. Anyway, one day he just got up real angry in his face. He looked like he was just ready to blow. He went outside and got his truck and pulled it up to our shed outside and started just throwing stuff in his truck. And I'm like, what the frick? I'm like, what's going on? I was being nice to him because I knew he was pissed. I didn't want any confrontation. He's like, I'm getting my shit and put it in storage. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I thought we were going to talk about everything and decide what we were going to do. No, I'm taking my stuff, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, there's one thing that I wanted at the house, and it was the pressure washer to keep the home clean, the outside house, because we live by ponds and it gets mossy through time because of the moisture. Anyway, all of a sudden he just turned around with anger in his face. His face turned red, and he open palmed me with both hands and pushed me back real hard and called me a bitch. I guess because I asked for something. Now, this man knows I'm a fall risk. I'm on disability because I have osteoarthritis, which ate two of my hips in 6 months' time when I was 52. So I had to get those totally replaced. I have really bad scoliosis, really bad degenerate disc disorder. I mean, the osteo is pretty much like taking my padding away. So he knows I'm a fall risk. He did it anyway. I flew back. I don't remember, but I turned around real fast because I was trying to stop my fall because I can hurt myself. And I thank God there was a chair behind me, and I grabbed it, and I stopped my fall. I just ran into the house and locked the front door, and he kicked the a fire pit. He kicked it and stuff. He was pissed, and so I called the cops. The cops came, and the girl cops came in and talked to me and took my statement. And he was outside and talking to the male cop, and he actually admitted that he emotionally abused me through the years, and he actually showed the cops how he pushed me. They took him away and put him in jail. He went in front of the judge. Judge let him go because the judge said there wasn't enough evidence. So that's that. He got away with it. People don't put up with emotional abuse because it'll turn into physical abuse. You're worth more than that. Anybody who's gone through emotional abuse, don't put up with it because it brings your happy down. It makes you unhappy. Right now, I'm trying to find my happy place, and there's programs out there that helps you as well, which are helping me. He's not getting help for his issues. So I told him, I said, why don't you get counseling? He won't do it. And he keeps begging me like, oh, I want to come back. No, I'm not. You'll be the same person. You're not even helping yourself or us. So I'm trying to find my happy place. So don't put up with it. Don't put up with it. You're worth more. So I'm going to let you go because this is going to pop off. So have a great day and smile because it makes other people smile back. Bye now.